Alright everyone, it's time for a bit more personal of video. First and foremost, let me preface this by saying I'm not interested in giving out people's names and personal info. It's not necessary, and I don't particularly find it proper when people do that, because this is the internet. What's the point? First and foremost, I would say this. I am happily married. I looked back at the life that I had been leading for, quite some time prior to my marriage. And I was unsatisfied with it. I was a drunken wreck for a lot of it, and also kind of neurotic. Some of you did pick up on this. There's a reason why I gained weight there. It was the booze. It had nothing to do with too much food. Anyway, during that period of time, there were times when I was unfaithful to those that I was with. Now, in full admission here, I'm not sure that anyone would be surprised at that necessarily, and some people would like to maybe get a little bit picky about things when they shouldn't be throwing stones in a glass house. But yeah, that did happen on several occasions. I've already talked to people with regards to that, and I've already apologized to them. And some of these people have sort of accepted it, and others not so much. I would like to point a few things out, though, first and foremost. Number one, there are people saying things about me that are not true. There are people there. I think what's happening is there's like a game of internet telephone going on. So one person tells another who tells another. By the time it sort of gets back to me, I'm like, I don't even know exactly what's going on half the time. Some of it's outright lies. Some of it's partial, like half-truths. And sometimes it's like a chimera, like a Joe Biden speech. And so it gets a little bit annoying because I have to pick through and find exactly what it's talking about. So that's a little bit of a problem. Number two, I'm living a good life. What I have done is I looked back at my drunken, stupid self, and I decided to make a change. And I decided that because I didn't want to wake up at 40 with cirrhosis. I didn't want to wake up at 50 completely alone. I didn't want to get demented from drinking too much, or get fucked over so no one would ever care about me again. I looked at my life, decided it was on the wrong course, and decided to change. There are some people that don't apparently want that to happen. Again, I'm not naming names. Some of these people, exes of mine, have legitimate grievances, or at least did, and I've addressed them. Other people, in a couple of cases, it's not so legitimate. Some people are basing it on like some crazy shit that's not even true. In one case, it's a person who's not really actually connected with this particular period of time that these others are. It's actually like a fifth party from years before. I guess pissed off at me, and I mean, there's different reasons for that. Anyway, I would like to say this. It is possible for people to change. It's possible for people to try to do good. It's also possible for other people in their self-righteous haste to attack a person that they feel has aggrieved them, again, rightfully or wrongfully, to go way too far. That's the case with this fifth person who's, spinning elaborate fantasies about my wife. Like, literally telling me shit, like, personally, that's absolutely untrue. It's tiresome. It's also completely pointless. What I want out of life is I want relaxation. I've had enough chaos. I had that for years. What I want is the vegetable garden and the little Morky dog and stuff like that. That's what I have with Liz. I'm enjoying that quite a bit. I think it's wonderful, and I think it's good that people should potentially change. But I mean, beyond that, like the e-drama sort of thing is not my bag. I'm not interested in it. I've already talked to people personally on regards to these things. I'm not sure exactly what else I can do other than, be a good, loving husband and continue with my life. Sort of what it's about. Work, live your life, and other people, I would suggest, should do that as well. It's important that they do. But yeah, I looked at the me from before, and I was upset at what I saw. It's terrible when you get to the point where you look in a mirror and you're like, it's not a fun experience. I suggest that everyone seek to avoid it. That's about all. Peace out.